Hey guys, and welcome back to BeardYGO. Today we have got Preneshin over here, who came second at the Joburg States Championship here in South Africa. Pranesh, welcome to the channel, man.
Thanks so much. Where did you go?
So you decided to run Eldlich, and I think there were 17 Eldlich players. So are you surprised that they actually were represented so much in this tournament, given the format as well?
Yeah, it was a bit weird because I think swords were really dominated. Even if we saw top cut, there were three players.
Mm,
But I think my list was very different. I did test it out, and then I did realize that floodgates were probably the strongest aspect of the deck, and
yeah.
that's what really differentiated mine. And yeah, I think I was the only one in top cut as well. So
Yeah, well, was really well done and well done to you. And so
thank
let's
you.
get into your deck a little bit here. I see you decided to play three different engines and a whole ton of cancer. So right, so we've obviously got the double Golden Lords, and then we've got two Lord of the Heavenly Prisons just to also back up your back row. Tell me, Lord of the Heavenly Prison, how did it do for you?
It was really amazing. There's lots of people who forgot about the effect where the protection on the back row cards. So they
Yeah,
would like lightning storm and stuff like that, call back row, and then it'd be protected.
yeah,
And then just like mainly if I didn't have access to like Sanguine or even sometimes being able to just get access to that extra spell and trap was really helpful. So
yeah.
it was really good. I probably should have played three.
Yeah, I was looking at. I was wondering why you weren't playing three, because you even get certain situations where you'll be running against a deck that does like a scythe lock, and let's say you've got your branded fusion and you want to use it in that, or you know, and then the Lord of the Emily Prison, you can basically just prevent your opponent from scythe locking you because they can't pop their own scythe.
Yeah.
So that's some really cool interactions with this card, and yeah, I was actually quite surprised that you were running it at two. Um,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
mainly thought there was going to be a lot of Despia, and that was a majority of my matches were
yeah.
Despia. Yeah,
So it worked in your favor to run two.
yeah,
Awesome, awesome. Then we got the rest of the standard ratios for Eldlich, which is the double cursed Outland, and then triple Scarlet Sanguine and triple Conch, along with the double Haquero. So these are basically just the engine getting you into all your plays and getting that grind going, constantly getting that advantage through all your searches and stuff in the end phase.
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, that were you actually hit by a couple of stuff, and then it just helped you to plus even more.
Yeah, exactly. I did get hit with Lightning Storm a lot, so just being able to banish them again, getting access to my engine again in my turn, really helpful. And then
Yeah.
I think the only non-standard thing was probably two cursed Erdland instead of three.
Mm.
So I do play like the Dogmatikas and the branded engine, and the restriction is that zombies can only attack, so that was mainly why I only decided on two. And yeah, I didn't want to brick on it because it is a once per turn as well.
Yeah. All right, cool. And then we head over to the Dogmatika engine, which is double Ecclesia, one Fleur-de-Lis, and then the double Nadir Servant with the two punishments as well. Um, is there this is also basically standard for Eldlich Dogmatika, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they would try and go for third Ecclesia or third punishment, but you don't really want to um, rely on this engine. It's more focused on the Eldlich.
Yeah, so this engine was really helpful. Nadir Servant, like being able to go second, being able to send Elder Entity enters,
Hmm.
was really powerful. And just being able to search punishment with Ecclesia, get access to my engine as well. Like punishment, being able to send in the fusion in the extra deck, you were able to see the fusions like Albion and Titan Clad as well as Insus, just being able to get plus ones is
Mm-hmm.
really helpful. And also like something probably not standard. I saw like a few people not playing Fleer, but this is really helpful to just OTK as well. So it was really
Yeah.
powerful going second, especially.
Yeah, especially with the fleur-de-lis as well, just to boost that attacking power that you've got as well. Then I see you also decided to run branded, so one Albaz, which is quite interesting to me, and then the three branded fusions. So what was your reasoning between for running one Albaz?
Yeah, so I did test two, and the main reason was I didn't want to really open it because
Mm-hmm.
opening it isn't really that good because most of the time, and everyone was playing Imperm and Veiler, so just normal summoning it did really honestly never got its effect off. So that's the main reason why I played one,
Yeah.
and then yeah, just Branded Fusion was just insane.
Okay, so you'd mainly rely on the Lebellion to get the Albaz back.
No, so most of the time, like I would only needed to resolve Branded Fusion once to win the game.
Oh,
It
that's
never came up.
actually pretty
Yeah,
nice. Wow.
yeah, it was.
All right, cool. Well, it's definitely interesting. And I think now we've got three Ash, three Imperm. These are basically standard for seeing what was actually at the tournament. Imperm hits Despia and Sword Souls and Flu as well, and then Ash would also be hitting the branded fusions as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I did
Anything
test
else you
Bell as
were
well.
preparing for?
So nothing else really. The Dogmatika package was like mainly like the problem. The deck doesn't have a problem going first, but mainly going second. So that's the reason why I played the Dogmatika engine.
Mm,
So that was like my going second cards. But yeah, Ash was just insane, and then Imperm because it can also be used with Golden Lore just to reborn it or just send it as well to pop
yeah,
stuff. So that's the main reason why I just played these six.
perfect. And then obviously you need to have your draw power with your three pot of extravagance. And then we get onto the cancerous stuff. So you are maxing out on three skill drain, three Tikaboo, three goes in, and three rivalry.
Yeah.
So did you not have any hands that were clogging with maxing out on all of these?
No. So most of the time, like especially when I played the deck and tested it out, just being able to see one floodgate, that's mainly like how this deck just wins and gets advantage. Like
Mm,
most of the decks can't play, and if you can get like besides skill drain, like skill drain works by itself, but like if you can get rivalry with there can be only one, that's like a lock where most decks can only you can only summon one monster, and like if
yeah.
being able to have that lock with the Golden Lord, like I don't think any deck can get over 3/5 with just
Mm,
those two cards on the field.
yeah.
So yeah, it was just broken. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. It's definitely interesting to see. I was so surprised when I saw your video. By the way, guys, you guys need to check out his channel, Scruff Gaming, if I'm not mistaken. Have a
Yeah.
look. I'll be placing a link in the description down below. And he does a bunch of different stuff. It's not just Yu-Gi-Oh! So he's been doing a bunch of different games and stuff like Fortnite and everything as well. So definitely give him a heads up and let him know that you arrived from the Beard family. Right, so let's get on to the extra deck. So obviously we are maxing out on the three Mirror Jade and the three Albion. Those are your most important ones. And because of extra, you're obviously maxing out on those. And then
Yeah.
you opted to run two Lebellion and two Titaniclad. So Titaniclad obviously makes sense because you've got the Dogmatika engine. But were you thinking about maybe running something else in here? Like there's one thing that I haven't seen here yet, which is there's no super polys to try and out the Despia stuff.
Yeah, so I was thinking about Super Poly, but the problem was it conflicts with extras and like especially with the trap deck. the reason why I chose Extrav instead of Prosperity is just being able to get that extra card. Like
Mm,
drawing two cards in a trap deck, seeing your floodgates is way more important.
yeah.
So that's mainly why. If I did play like Prosperity, I would probably have played Super Poly.
Mm,
But yeah, that's the reason why I maxed out on three Albion, three Mirror Jade, because majority of the time I would Extrav at least one of each would be in the deck, and if
yeah.
I can just resolve my branded fusion, that would be enough.
Awesome. Awesome. And then we've got double intus for the pops when you're running the Dogmatika engine. And that's basically just so that punishment has double pops. I suspect
Yeah.
that you send either Titaniclad or Albion to grave with Nadir Servant most of the time, just to either get you into your Dogmatica engine or into a
Yeah,
branded
exactly.
fusion, right?
Yeah, it did depend on like whether I had a branded fusion and stuff like that. It really depended on the situation, but just being able to have that option like normal summon Ecclesia, use Najir Servant, and then just add punishment, and then with Titanclad add the Fleur. Just being able to go like it's like +3 of like one Najir Servant is just broken.
Yeah. Awesome. And then you actually decided to run the OTK engine with the Gustav Max and the Juggernaut Lieb. And I can see that working because what's it? Yeah, Lord of the Heavenly Prison as well as Golden Lord are level 10s. And so this is quite an easy little trick to go into for this deck as well.
Just one, at least one out for time. But yeah,
Mm.
it never really came up. Most of the time they just got banished of extra, so I didn't really get to use it.
Yeah. All right, cool. And then the one link spider. Um, so what's the link spider for?
So the Link Spider was actually really great the whole day. So most of the time, like, especially when you go like set 4, set 5, and you flip your floodgates, and then you would just summon one of your Eldlich traps.
Yeah.
And especially if you don't have access to your Golden Lord, just being able to next turn link it off and then end phase banish to set Sanguine and then just get your engine rolling. That was just helpful. So the one
Mm.
Link Spider really was good.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah. So it's basically just so that you can get resources again.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, Verte is gone because otherwise you would have gone Link Spider
Yeah.
into Verte, hey?
Yeah. Before that, I
For the
was.
branded fusion, that would have been insane. But yeah,
Yeah, I had my three
very
Link
well
Spider.
done.
Yeah.
I like the list. And your side deck now. So you opted to play three Solemn Judgment. Um, so the three Judgment, also basically just going first, just to stop like big plays from the opponent.
Yeah.
Because your deck doesn't really have negates, and I suppose some floodgates don't work against certain decks, you know.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, so mainly it was just three judgment and two dimensional barrier for going first, and then just being able to stop like the lightning storm or even these. That's
yeah,
mainly why I played the judgment. Yeah,
really helps. And then the deep barriers, basically just because of Despia.
yeah, and sword soul it is really
Mm.
clutch. Yeah.
All right, so you opted to run two barrier instead of three. What's the reasoning behind that?
So I didn't really want a lot of going first cards because my engine basically dealt with that. My main deck handled that well anyway. So yeah, but I definitely did miss the third. I probably should
Yeah.
have played it as well.
All
Yeah.
right. Cool. And then double evenly?
Yeah, so mainly for going second, I would side all six of those cards in, so the double evenly, double Kaiju, and double Nibiru.
Yeah.
But the evenly was also for mainly the back row decks.
Mm.
Yeah, so it was mainly for that, and also like especially the Sword Soul matchup as well.
Yeah.
Them being able to not put many negates on the field. So just evenly was just really clutch, even against the Despair as well. Like most of the time, they'll just leave Brandon in dead.
Yeah.
And like being able to play through Masquerade with just one card is pretty good.
Yeah. Very nice. And then obviously some more back row hate with Twin Twisters.
Yeah,
And the Twisters is also quite nice because you can either just dump like a second Floodgate or dump one of your other what you call it,
Golden Lord as well,
Golden
yeah.
Lord. You can dump Golden Lord. You can dump like a extra, let's say Sanguine or something
Yeah,
like
trap,
that,
yeah.
so that you can just get
Yeah.
the other counterpart. Very very nice. And then
Mm.
you already said for the combo decks, double nib and double Radiant. So what's the reason behind you running Radiant?
So there actually is no reason behind it. Mainly because I bought the structure. This was the only kaiju I had, so I just played two of these.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
there's no reasoning behind that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, nice, nice. So you still need to get a little bit more kaiju so that you can, have a little bit of a easier what what would you say?
Yeah,
Matchup
probably Gamma Seal. Yeah, probably Gamma Seal would be the ideal one, but definitely like
or
Nib.
Gadarla for like Windlock
Yeah,
was
yeah.
flu. And then
Yeah, probably that one.
you decided to also then take in the one Banshee to get you the zombie world, where, I mean, your deck is zombies, so you don't really care. And then zombie world's just probably one of the best floodgates right now. It just
Yeah,
stops
this
so many decks.
Yeah, this engine was just probably the best. Like after playing the engine in the side deck, you even feel like playing it in the main deck. That's how good it was. Like
Mm,
against Flounder, the matchup is like so free because even if you don't, because that's why I played the Lubellion as well. Just being able to use Branded Fusion to send Necro Banshee as well. That's one option.
yeah.
And then also you can use Sanguine to special summon the Banshee from deck when you have
Mm.
Golden Lord. So it was just, yeah, it was just so strong.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thanks for the deck profile. I've got a few questions for you. So, like, you decided to take Eldlich, but what was your reason behind taking Eldlich, um, and why didn't you choose to try and run something that was seen as more meta?
Yeah, so I did feel like probably Eldritch was one of the top five decks. I would say like Swordsor and Despia were probably just ahead of
Mm,
Eldritch. But I did feel with the Floodgates, Eldritch was much better. And I didn't want to play Despia because I didn't want to play like a whole bunch of mirrors the whole day. I just hated
yeah.
that aspect. So I wanted to play something different. And the main reason why I did choose Eldritch was because I didn't want to play a combo deck where I had to like hope that my opponent draws Dark Ruler or Droplet and then I basically just lose the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to have like a Floodgate, draw at least one Floodgate and just like win the game. So
Cool, cool. So, what would you say is the best deck this format?
I think it's a bit difficult to say. Probably Despia being so consistent.
Mm.
Probably Despia is also around the two. It's hard to choose.
All right, cool, cool, cool. And then tell me what were your matchups? Round one, what to round seven and top cut and everything. What did you play against? I know you played against Moonsong in the last round of Swiss, and then also in the finals of Top Cut. That
Yeah.
that must have been interesting.
Yeah, it was. So round one I played Despia, which
Mm,
was a draw. Round two I played the Mirror, Eldritch branded. I won that one. And then I played two more Despia after that, round three and four. I won those.
yeah.
Then round five I played Sword Soul. I won that. Round six I played Flunder. I won that. And then I lost to Moonsong in the round seven, the last round
Mm. So you
of Swiss.
you had a draw, a loss, and 5 wins going
Yeah.
into Top Cut. That's actually really, really good. And then
Yeah.
in Top Cut, top eight and four, what did you face?
So top eight, I played against Adventure Phantom Knight with the whole tagged lock.
Okay, yeah.
That was yeah. That was my top eight, and then top four, I played against Flunder,
Mm,
and then yeah, Moonsong in the final playing Sword Soul.
yeah. Very nice, very nice. Right, so tell me, what would you say is the card that probably made the most impact for you, or stood the most out for you in your games from your deck?
Uh, well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but probably Seal Drain.
Yeah, it makes sense, eh? It makes sense. A lot of decks suffer under skill drain, and then you got a 3/5 Lord, and it's just beat down.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really, really awesome. I mean, not to mention you've got another beat stick through Fleur de Lis as well as Lord of the Heavenly Prisons. And
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty insane where you could activate skill drain and then bring out the Lord and then still get another trap because it all activates and resolves in
yeah,
hand.
yeah,
It's just disgusting. It's really awesome.
yeah.
Right, and then what would you say, what card or cards would you have probably removed from your deck, if you have a look at with hindsight?
So probably in the side deck, I would play three barrier and three Nibiru as well. I think
Mm?
that was definitely I needed those. And then in the main deck, I don't think I would change anything in the main. The main was just really solid.
Yeah, awesome,
Yeah,
awesome. So, well done on coming second for
yeah.
state
Thanks so much.
championships, representing, and yeah, I wish you all the best of luck and thanks for coming on the channel. And I hope to see you topping some more events in the future.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Awesome, man. You have a good one. Guys, don't forget to check out his channel, Scruff Gaming, and we will see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.
Yes, thanks so much.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.